Well, hi there. I'm the nature guy here at Camp Asable, and we're in the rock room at the Nature Center in a newly installed or revised exhibit of all or many of our rocks and minerals. Um, they're incredible. There's all sorts of colors and crystals and shapes. It's a lot of fun. I hope you can get to visit it sometime. One of the exhibits is going to go down there right at the end, or it's not quite finished, is an exhibit about substrate. Well, what's substrate? That's the stuff that's underneath the soil. So the leaf litter and the soil where the little grass and plants grow, that's the soil layer. And then underneath that is what we call the substrate. It's what you would build a building on or whatever once you remove the lawn and the topsoil. Well, it's interesting because the substrate is different depending on where you are. It may have different rocks, different composition. It might be sandy or gravelly. And so I have some examples of substrate from 3 of our camps. So 3 Adventist camps that are in the Great Lakes area. You can see the map here. We've got Camp Segola is in the UP, in the upper part of Michigan. There's Camp Asable. And over here in Ontario, we have Camp Frenda. And so these are 3 of our camps, and I have visited all those places, and I just like to collect because I'm the nature guy. And so I want to show you some of the differences. I collected a gallon jar of this stuff. This is a gallon of the gravelly stuff that you find at Camp Segola. Okay, they built a new lodge there a few years back, and so when they dug down, this is what they dug up, and so I collected all sorts of rocks. In fact, we have a collection here of rocks of Camp Segola. If you want to look at sometime, there's a drawer with a bunch of collections that you can pull out. That's one of them. And we made one for up there as well. So big, heavy gravel. And it's interesting, there's about 30 different kinds of rocks and minerals in the gravel there that we were able to uncover. So that's one. Here's the Camp Asable one. And if you've been to Camp Asable, you know it's sandy. In fact, Camp Asable is French for Camp of Sand because it's sand. You go down under the not very much soil and it's sand. Beautiful, nice, even sand. It makes a great beach, the waterfront, but it's very sandy here, Camp Asable. All right, and then at Camp Frenda in Ontario, this is what we've got for the substrate. It's a rock called gneiss, banded gneiss, and it's what makes up what we call the Canadian Shield up there. All that rocky area with lakes and mountains. It's all made of this. So you dig under the soil, and in some places there's no soil. It's just bare rock. And that's the substrate up there. So 3 very different substrates at 3 camps. But you know, Jesus told a parable about rocks and sand. Do you remember it? The one about the foolish man that built his house upon the sand? Are we foolish here at Camp Asable for building buildings on sand? Well, we would be if we just built the building and set it on the sand, because as the sand moves around, the building would move around and probably crack and collapse. So what we do in places like that, where the substrate is soft and not solid rock, is we make our own rock. So they'll dig a hole and put concrete down, liquid concrete that will harden into a rock. So we'll lay a footing and then a foundation on it, and then we build a house on the rock. So we are doing it the wise way, even though there's some sand out there. But you know, I think there's probably a lesson to learn, right? That parable of Jesus was very important. The wise man built on the rock, the foolish man built on the sand and didn't build a foundation. Well, we want to make sure that our lives are built on a strong foundation. And it's not a rock. Our foundation should be Jesus. That's who we need to make sure our life is anchored to. Well, that's it for our Nature Nugget this week. We'll see you next time. Bye now.